London they did conquer. Prince Regent Madoc by ailing father's side called muster, yet much of Logres lay ensnared by occupation. The marshlands did bear great raids, Cambrian mountain men's onslaught, losses heavy. Glevum, with heart bereaved, did mourn Duke Eldol's fall. A sundering war brewed. Duke's daughter, Lady Helly of Glevum, and grandson Sir Challens of Clarence poised to clash. Under Earl Roderick's banners, Salisbury, Summerland, Silchester journeyed to muster, ambushed by Eosa on Path's way. Eosa fell, yet reinforcements delayed, crippling their advance. St. Albans, a prize won on a fateful day, the feeble King Uther, Excalibur grasped, rode forth to join his son's battle. Octa's forces faltered, yet a venomous feast poisoned victory's cup. Prince Madoc, felled by Syagrius, echoes of Franklin's past. Lone Duke Ulfius endured, his heir Ufo shouldered the legacy. In Salisbury, the somber cloak of mortality draped itself upon Earl Roderick, as his health dwindled to a whisper, and in passing, his title and domain passed to the hands of fledgling heirs. Yet in the hinterlands of Britain, a change whispered through the woods and fields. The verdant embrace of nature crept forth, reclaiming roads once traversed by foot and hoof, as paths blurred into trails. The realm of Tribuit, a realm oft forgotten, neared oblivion within the embrace of the titanic woodland, the great forest sauvage. And it is told that many a wondrous sight doth greet those who tread through Summerland's domain. Merlin's presence whispered through London's air, a sword encased in stone, spoke of a destined king, a riddle inscribed upon its ancient surface. Cornwall's King Idris stirred, rising an army as Tintagel's fate trembled once more. Shadowy lands of Tintagel, Ascalon, and Gigant held within his gaze. King Uther rests twixt kin, Aurelius and Madoc in the giant's dance. Escavalon's Nanteliad brought word of tribute wars in South Cambria. Merchant's tale spoke of Cerdic's yearning. Vortigern's son sought father's mantle. Logres, once a great kingdom, is left to lick its wounds. Welcome to the land of Summerland, the land of technical difficulties and Pendragon. We're here, and that's something, because we weren't sure that was going to be a thing. We're good.
Yeah, that was doubtful for a little bit.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and quickly do some introductions, and we'll dive in where we left off. Start with Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I play Owen, and hopefully, less trauma and party crashing and nonsense and stuff this week. But we'll see. We'll see.
It's like, really, have we come to expect anything less in this game so far?
Big ol' sigh.
A random aside, one time we were playing Cyberpunk, a bunch of friends and I, and our friend Chris wanted a disadvantage that would work. And so he picked up like dependent, but he didn't want to have a kid or anything. And he's like, what if it were my like really overbearing mom? And we're like, done.
Oh,
within an episode, he came to the GM. He's like, I can't. He's like, I can't. I actually like. He's like, it's actually ruining my night to go through what I go through in real life. He's like, I just can't do that. Actually, that's a bad idea.
I mean, it's like, same sometimes.
It's like, all right, we'll figure out an alternate way. Yeah. Okay, Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I am the host of all of said technical issues, and I play Beatrice.
It's fair. No, not really. You're honestly far from the host of all. If only it were so easy. But
I'm the current holder of the technical issues.
Yeah, you hold the torch right now.
Hubris on your part, Emily, to think that it is all stemming from you.
Just throwing that out there.
How many times has my internet crashed mid-session, huh?
Mine did recently, too.
Wow. Okay.
It's been a time. All of our technical stuff is just like branches? Nah. We're not
competing for that title. Yeah. All right. And Nicole, you're out.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I play Sir Elian, formerly the Fae Knight, now a knight serving Lady Olin Barrowcrest.
All right. Gotcha. Audio slightly adjusted, and we are good. Let's do a minor recap. So when we last left off, we were at a lovely summer festival with nothing wrong or different or anything to worry about. Especially not Olwen's mother, the Queen of the Ancili, or a recent guest by way of capture and ransom. So I will just show a couple of things here for people to see.
Hot mom.
Queen Mab.
Stop calling
weird.
Hot. She's terrifying.
Queen Mab is present. Emily was speaking for all of us when that came up.
I love you, Rebecca.
You had your recent goblin guest on Mount. And with him, a sack full of one particularly angry young tween.
Yeah, Beatrice 2.0.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're sacrificing her. There can only be one.
Yeah. Okay, wow. When I do it, for heartbreaking reasons, it's bad. But when Beatrice is like, yeah,
it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Don't make it personal. Come on. Yeah. That's not
Oh.
personal.
For witches.
I don't know where I put the icon, but there she is anyways. So, there's one Morgan above. Oh, there. Wait, no. It's a different one. I don't know where a token is. It doesn't really matter. So let's pick up
It's
there
like
because
in
I think we
Salisbury, maybe?
ended on that cliffhanger. Yeah, I don't know where I put the token, so I can just trigger
Yeah,
it
well.
quickly.
Got the
Let
scary
us-
music.
Let us begin here. So, as the sack is freed, and one particularly angry tween falls free and says, "Where the hell am I?" What do we do?
I noticed. So I rolled high on my sight, so I could see her, like, crazy spiritual stuff going on there.
Yeah, her power level or metachlorines. No, her life force is
Her life force.
is particularly high.
And then I had noticed the amulet, yeah.
You do. Nope. Hold on.
I thought I did.
Did I establish that you did?
I think you did.
Yeah, because
I think I
noticed
established
a
that you
familiar-looking
saw
amulet.
not the amulet. You saw the aura, like the life force of the magic of the amulet on her, but the amulet itself.
It was
is
it was
absent.
because of the sight roll. I saw like essentially the essence of
Yeah.
the spent amulet.
Yeah.
Because you said it was empty.
Well, the amulet itself is not present on her neck.
Oh, so she had it at some
Interesting.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to chase down my original piece of jewelry.
Beatrice isn't petty.
So present is me and Elian because Owen's still talking to her mother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
I think last time we ended with Elian saying, "You're in Barrowcrest."
where's that? Who are you all? And what is this thing? She points to the goblin.
Summerland, and that thing is awful, and you hopefully never have to see one again.
He stands around and just smiles a big toothy grin at Elian. Says, "Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure you took that as a compliment. I mean, it kind of is really unseelie.
He says, "Well, if they do what I hope they will, you won't see much of anything anytime soon." He says to her, and she, at this point, she just glares at this guy rather than being afraid.
Elian likes this girl. She's cool.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
I'm from Salisbury.
Who are you?
They call me Leo. You can test intrigue if you'd like.
I was like, do I test it? Do I not? Like, do I just take her at
LaRue?
a-
Do you want to do honest versus suspicious versus
no,
trusting?
I think she gonna be suspicious as hell because she just
Yeah.
got
Can
dropped
I-
out of a bag.
Can I impassion that with my Fae passion? I'm not sure.
Success.
A lot of things, yes. Let me just look at Faye real quick.
Yeah. This is magic-y, and she came from the Fae, so I don't know.
New passion. Yeah. Okay. The passion may always be used for inspiration while engaged in creative acts. To any skill used in returning to the situation that created the passion. So in this particular case, I'm going to say no. Most of the things that you would do that sort of resemble Elian as a knight would be a yes, if that makes sense. So anything that represents sort of the image of what Elian was, if Elian were a character, would be a yes.
Nope.
Right.
For sure, this girl is Lu. What did you say it was?
Lou.
Leu.
Leu. Okay.
I rolled a success. I'm suspicious.
We'll say Lou.
So.
Yeah.
Lou.
That's one letter away from being something I don't want anyone associated with.
Yeah. Loof.
F that.
Yeah. So you, in the case of Beatrice, you know she's lying, but it was actually a pretty good lie.
Like, I'm impressed. I know it's a lie.
Well,
but
you can be impressed or annoyed, but you're able to tell that she was quite skilled, and the others standing around, including Elian, seem to have bought it.
She's going to turn to the goblin. You can leave now.
Well, I just got to the party.
Go back to your lady, please. You've given your gift. You've done your duty.
Very well. With that, she will go back to join Olwen. Or he will go back to join Olwen.
I was like, have I been misgendering this goblin? I was going to be upset about it. I was like, this poor goblin. I've been so mean. I mean, I feel less bad about being mean in general because he's terrifying. I'm going to turn to her immediately afterwards. You're a good liar for someone your age.
So you know then.
I don't know, but I know you're lying. We aren't the Unseelie.
The what?
She doesn't need to know the details of Olwen.
I was gonna say, I just see Rebecca going, oh, I was like, listen, we're not arguing semantics here.
Owen's like, well, technically, I mean,
technically,
Elian was with the Seelie, so that kind of evens it out, right?
Go with
the
that.
people that took you, we're not them. We're not with them. I would like to know who you are, but I understand even now if you can't give it. You have just been kidnapped.
Let me just roll something real quick. This looks like a manor. I demand to speak with the head of the manor.
The head of the manor would be Lady Olwen. She's currently trying to get the queen who kidnapped you to leave.
The queen is here?
Not the queen. Not the queen you're thinking of. This is a queen of a very bad place.
The queen who was in charge of your kidnapping.
Yeah. You're in Barrowcrest in Summerland.
Summerland. Great.
That many fond memories here,
I've never been here. But my father used to talk about it.
Seeing as you're from Salisbury, I can't imagine it was anything nice.
No, it wasn't.
Would some food maybe make you feel more comfortable? I'm sure they didn't feed you well. Or at least I hope they didn't, knowing what they eat.
She nods. I guess so. I guess I'm here now, right? Why did they take me to you? Why am I here?
There's a crossover point here. The relationship between Barracrest and Unseelie is complicated, to say the least.
Yeah, Unseelie. What is the Unseelie? And what was that creature exactly?
There's a lot to explain, I suppose. Let's get you to the manor itself and get you food, and we'll try to explain it to you the best we can.
We still have some roasted seal and mushroom tarts, roasted salmon and wine sauce. Any of that tickle your fancy?
She nods. There's a little bit of hesitancy, but you can tell she's too hungry to be hesitant right now. I would like that very much.
All right. Then I guess we will take her to the manor. Wait, I want to roll something really quick. Because I've satisfied my need to know what was going on. I'm going to roll Loyalty Gathering of Branches just to see if I go back to Olwen versus go with to the manor. Or if I just give her to Elian. Because Olwen is currently with her mother, which is its own problem.
This is true.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna give Elian random child. And then I'm going to try and make my way back to Olwen and the rest of them.
Noted. They aren't terribly far away, but maybe we'll do a quick check-in with Olwen. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to say or do as the sack gift is hauled off by your knights?
Let's see. We had that whole conversation with Mother, and I think she was leaving when we left off.
In a very slow way. I think she wanted you to experience you and your gift first. Yeah.
How kind of her. I suppose if Mr. Goblin is still around, probably try and distract myself over there.
Yeah, I think so. The goblin will.
No, Mr. Goblin.
Oh, Goblin Knight.
Not plebe.
Well, how do you know? What if he's a Mister too? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I would. Mr. Goblin Knight doesn't have a name other than his title.
Yeah.
But
Call him Sir Goblin.
Sir Gobby Boy.
Gobbo. All right.
Sir
so
Gobbo.
The Goblin Knight. I got it.
Yes. Cusco's poison.
Yeah. You're gonna go talk to him?
Yeah. Because the last thing that was said was, I guess if you need help with your brother or whatever, you could give him to the Goblin Knight and you could serve under him.
Not help, if you wanted him to be squired.
Help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Help as she knows it.
Yeah.
Assistance.
Specifically with being squired. Something
Right.
missed out on.
Mm-hmm. So, enjoying the party?
I think he would just say, "You've done a good job with the arrangements."
Thank you. It was actually quite easy enough. If you don't overthink it and just think of colors that look nice together, it's quite easy. Do you like to learn how?
No, but thank you.
Shrugs. So, I'm not going to take her up on the offer. Not because I don't think you would be a splendid knight to learn from. But if I were, would it just be because she ordered you to, or do you have a vested interest in it?
I do as I am ordered.
I understand. But you never have any thoughts or desires outside of hers?
None that are important.
I think that they are. I mean, sure, a knight's duty is important, but you are your own husband.
Guards! Knights!
You don't have your own
Squires!
goals
Prepare for battle!
or passions. Anything to pursue in your free time? Anything you'd be able to do if you didn't have as many burdens?
What are you getting at, Lady Olwen?
I'm not getting at anything. I'm just trying to get to know you better. I'm fairly unversed in the whole Seelie versus unseelie and all matters of Faerie, and if I'm to be expected to parley with them, I feel that it's only right to get to know people on a personal level.
You can make some kind of courtesy roll, I think. Unless this is a manipulation.
It's a little bit more of a manipulation.
Intrigue, then, instead.
Yeah. That's a success.
You see his eyes keep looking back over to the queen. Looks back to you.
All right. You're Summerland. You're in Barrowcrest.
I'm in protection duty of my queen. Now isn't the best time to think of and speak of recreation.
Well, if there's ever a time that you do need to, or want to, you're often posted nearby.
He just seems to get more annoyed as the conversation moves forward.
She'll just kind of smile. But, of course, you're so correct. I should get back to my hosting duties. But I am glad that my guest is having as good a time as he is able. And she'll curtsy and turn around and walk back to the party.
Yeah, I think you tested him well. He seems to be more guarded, I think, than maybe you even realized. Or maybe not. Maybe that's what you expected.
I think I noticed him being guarded, that's for sure. But I think Olwen had a moment of I win when he did the eyes flick over and then back. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I think at this point,
it's gonna defect one day.
At this point, Lady Olwen's mother, Queen, turns to Olwen as her and her retinue start to leave. And she says, King Cadwy, Lady Olwen, so lovely to see you both again. Olwen, if you wish for this land to thrive, you must see to your sacrifice this night.
I did have a question about that, actually. What? I mean, Lady Gwynedd didn't do any sort of sacrifices of this sort, did she?
Oh no. I would imagine not.
And the land seemed to do quite fine.
Fine, yes. This goes beyond fine.
I think I'm alright with fine.
These aren't
No.
the times of Lady Lady Gwynedd.
No. But they are a time of someone who means to follow in her footsteps.
Well, regardless, the sacrifice is yours to do what you wish. If you wish to set it free, then set it free.
Perhaps I might play with it in my own way. Same way you do.
Doubtful.
Well, it would bring me the same amount of pleasure.
I saw the tears.
When she says that, I think that veneer of confidence, kind of just starts to break away, and she's has to take a breath. It's like, you're right. I'm not like you.
Yet.
I don't think I ever will be, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought I could be ruthless. But it hurt too much. I mean, didn't it hurt you when you first started?
There's still time.
For you too.
I know what I am.
Maybe I know too.
That wasn't certainty in your voice, I heard. But
Well,
you'll have trials ahead. I'm certain of it.
sure. And I might bend, I might break. But I'll do my best to be like a willow and less like a twig.
She smiles. It was good to see you. Until next time.
Until then.
With that, she turns and her retinue begins to turn as well. Starts to head off.
And take a deep breath, center herself again, and try to appear strong to all the unseelie brood as they're making their way out.
They all turn and they will give a nod of respect to you and a nod of respect to King Cadwy and kind of ignore everyone else on the way out.
Owen will nod. And maybe just let her eyes linger in the Goblin Knight's direction just half a second more, as if to put, like, emphasis on their prior conversation.
He seems kind of cold in his response. In fact, he kind of avoids eye contact.
That's fine.
He turns to follow and they leave. Cadwy says, well, where were we? Salmon, right? Was it salmon?
Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, God, she's so horrid. Have you ever treated with her
True.
before?
Not directly, no. That's the first time.
What exactly was the contract between Lady Gwynedd and the Unseelie?
It was Lady Gwyned's husband that actually made the contract, and that's a really good question. I didn't oversee it. But it was
Lovely.
important for the barrow.
Right.
Beatrice, you were coming back to Olwen, is that correct?
Yeah, I was, but I mean,
No, I think that's right about now, is my
Yeah.
thought. Yeah.
is she gone?
For now,
Oh, thank goodness. So you got a gift.
I did.
That she's asking you to sacrifice.
I won't.
It's a child.
Well, if my mind wasn't already made up.
Yeah, life force is very strong, so whatever she's saying will happen probably will. But also very visibly a young girl. So
Well, I wouldn't expect her to bring me chickens.
yeah, I despise her.
Yeah.
I like to believe
she's-
Cadwy's next to us. Like Cadwy's witnessing all of this.
He's
That's
just kind of
fine.
like he's looking around and probably snacking on something at this point.
Beatrice has screamed in
got
his face
fish
before,
bones.
so I'm pretty sure she just like doesn't sense her at all around
Yeah.
Cadwy anymore.
Yeah. She's horrible. I mean,
She's awful.
yeah. I mean, there's a reason I was terrified to bring up my relation to her.
Yeah, and also now everyone knows that, which is a problem.
Well, we'll see how they respond. God, should I say something to them? Should I make a
I don't know if that'll
speech?
make it better or worse.
Do you
To be
want
honest.
my advice? Cadwy says.
Yeah.
I adore your advice, King Cadwy.
Well, I would use this little alliance to your advantage. Clearly what is done is done, and though your king might be upset, he pauses, he's like, no, that's actually me, so you're okay.
Wait a minute, I'm the king.
Oh my god, I think Owen giggles in character, like just something like that breaks the tension instantly for her.
Where was I? Oh yes. You could serve as a liaison between the two. The realm of Summerland and the realm beyond the Veil. So long as we're forced to deal with the realm beyond the Veil, with all that's changed and the enchantment of Summerland, things have gotten complicated there.
I have no qualms with being a liaison or some sort of go-between or an alliance. But to what end? I mean, she's not ordering me. She can't order me to do anything, but I'm not sacrificing a child for no reason.
Of course not. A child.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say so. It's just
Insight
that.
check.
Okay. Go
No,
ahead.
not really. No.
But I think that before you had distant neighbors beyond the veil, and now those neighbors are less distant and more likely to be, well, in your land at times, and at your courts, and in your forests, and on the roads. Because it's happening at most places around here, actually. And I don't know what to do about that.
Right. I suppose that's something that we'll just have to figure out and adapt to. The world is changing.
The child is in the manor. By the way, I sent her with Sir Elian.
And we shall have to go and check in with her.
Yeah,
And-
she's eating because
Good.
naturally she was not fed, from what I
No,
gather.
I'm sure she was.
So, yeah, I despise. I hate all of them.
Oh no. You've met one that was nice.
Which one?
The Fanwy.
Fanwy was kind of. She was like you, except Seelie unseelie, if I'm remembering correctly.
Aye, she was silly.
Yeah. That's very different.
Well, you said them. I didn't know if you meant all Fae or just
No, I mean the
Unseelie.
Unseelie. I mean
Oh.
the entire retinue she just brought.
Oh yeah, most of them were pretty awful.
I know who you're omitting, and I'm not happy about it. I just want it known. Let's
All right.
go talk to the child. Well, you have to host.
Speaking. Right. I'll be there in a moment. They can get
I
on
can
more
also
without
bring
me
the
before-
child to you. She did ask to be brought to you, so you want to find a
It's a-
secluded corner of this, I can bring her.
Of course. Yeah,
Okay,
can do.
I'll do that.
Oh, speaking of Mafanwi, I wish you would hear. Could use her advice, I think.
Okay, we're gonna cut over to Elian now, walking with Morgan. This place feels off. Not just,
How so?
well, not just arriving here by ransom, or by hostage. It says by capture. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand tall. And that isn't something that happens often. Not anymore.
It's reasonable for that to be your response, although I am surprised that it wouldn't anymore. Dare I ask what happened before?
Oh. It's the past.
Most things are either in the past or in the future. Just a very alien thing. Time is weird. Well, I'm sure you are hungry.
That
I
one
ask
that...
more because time in Faerie tends to be odd. And I was wondering how long you had been there.
Been to Faerie. She looks confused. I wasn't in Faerie. You mean the fairy from all the tales? You're telling me this exists?
The land across the Vale, yes. And the fair folk were the ones who brought you. The goblin was also one of them.
I see. She kind of looks at you one moment. You spent a long time there.
I did. Although, not among that particular court.
Do you miss her? She just continues walking like nothing.
Yeah, Elian freezes for a moment and then goes, "This is a strange child." And then she answers. She just, he's walking and she goes, "Yes. All the time. I don't suppose it should fade, but as I said, most things are either in the past or in the future. The present is momentary."
But I think the present's important. It's where we make the next step towards the future, after all. But there is time needed, time to grieve those lost to us. And there's time Time to pay those back who deserve it.
Is there someone you believe you need to pay back?
I suppose that depends.
Well, if you are to pay back, you shall first need a full stomach.
Who was that witch back there?
Lady Beatrice. She serves Lady Owen.
She seemed powerful. Is she?
I have not been here long. I believe she is most likely, although, again, I have not been here very long. I'm rather recently returned to the mortal realm.
Her eyes, she's just fascinated by that. She says, I thought those were just tales. I'll have to see it.
Well, it is taking over the mortal realm as well, so you may see it sooner than you'd like.
Is that why that thing was able to find me?
They usually can't cross over just anywhere, but the veil has become weak.
Oh. I think with that, she just kind of falls silent. Doesn't add anything to the equation. And I am going to put us on a very...
Get in
go
there.
ahead.
Elliot is just pulling food and be like, do you want this? Do you want this? This is what we have. Mushroom tarts?
Yeah. And you can tell she's not like, it's not like she's like starving to death, but she's certainly hungry and will eat anything that's offered to her. Assume that like she's probably eating to the third course. It's not even been dished out to everyone else for the night. Like, still has.
Elian's just remembering when she was her age. Because again, Elian was serving as a squire to become a knight, so she was pretty physically active. So she was probably really hungry all the time. Mm-hmm. So she's assuming that's how it was like for all tweens.
Yeah. Perfect. We're going to take a very minor break. I'm going to let my cat out and get a little bit more water, and then we'll be back for a continuation of the scene. Good stuff. Be back in like a pretty short break. Like, let's do 2 minutes. See you then.
vibe for that.
Not yet, but very close.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
That would have been
Close.
so
Yeah.
funny. This episode sponsored by Zanku Chicken. Zanku Chicken
Hey.
finally fucking opened in Long Beach.
There we go. All right, let's do it. And that wasn't a real sponsor. Don't.
No, it wasn't.
No,
We're not
not a real
actually
sponsor.
live.
We are live.
Oh wait, are we actually?
Yeah,
Fuck.
you were live when you said
God
that.
damn it! God damn it!
Thanks for getting me in
Oh, well.
trouble with the Twitch sponsor.
Look.
not
No
not gonna
sponsor.
be
Look.
demonetized. Yeah. They're gonna
we
throw
can,
me
we can bleep
low
that
on
out.
the algorithm.
Edit that in post. Anyway, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I think we have the three of you, and we can get off the scary music because Map's not around right now.
Yeah.
Thank God.
All right. So,
I was bringing the child and Elian to Olwen.
okay. You find I think by this point it's like in the courtyard of the manor, where Olwen, Beatrice, and Elian and Morgan can be found. You see the dark-haired girl seems to be sitting down on one of the benches out here, not far from Elian, and snacking on food that Elian has prepared for. Well, gathered for her, I guess. Yeah.
It's gonna be a bad roll if I have to roll for it. But do I recognize her at all?
I don't know why you would.
Was she not with?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, that would be a roll.
Elian's definitely staying near her, but if she wants space, she'll give her a bit of space, but she doesn't want to leave her alone. That seems like a bad idea.
You can roll Olwen either. Well, no heraldry. You can do a recognize roll, and if you happen to crit, and no inspiration or anything though. If you happen to get crit, then maybe there's something, right?
Right.
Otherwise, I don't think it makes sense. Just given.
Yeah, no. I didn't remember if they were present during the escape or not.
You can give me a courtesy test though.
Oops.
Oh.
Happy to. That's a success.
Okay. So even though she's dressed in traveling clothes, she's not worried about how she's eating or appearing in this moment. You can tell just by her posture, the way she's sitting, and her comfort level that she's been trained in the courts somewhere.
I think there's a small smile, even though it's not coming from the best place. You know, she's kind of happy to see that this courtly child isn't like holding herself to that level of decorum. She's like, you know, she's letting herself eat the way she needs to. You know, she's human or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Olwen will find a flower in the courtyard and pick it and make her way over.
When she sees, she's probably just sitting there quietly, like for the first time, Alien. I think you're seeing her kind of relax a little bit. And then, but when she sees Olwen and Beatrice approaching, she'll stand up, like as one might address someone in the position of a formality.
Olwen will put up her hand. For tonight, we can do away with formalities. Call it, extenuating circumstances.
Right.
She'll gesture for her to sit back down and continue eating.
She'll sit down, but she does stop eating at that point. She's not as relaxed as she was a minute ago.
Elian will
Olwen.
offer Olwen. She likes the wine, right? What is it? The
She
malt?
does not like wine. She likes
What
like
was-
it has to
I
be
don't know
like
what it was.
spice. She likes almond cakes and she likes sweet things. If it's Hippocras, she likes that. So it's like a very spiced mulled wine.
Mulled wine, that was what I was trying to remember. Yeah, she'll offer her a drink, and I don't think we have almond cakes on the menu.
No, it was roasted salmon, roasted seal, and mushroom tarts. There are mushroom tarts.
Yeah.
Oh,
She'll take a
mushroom
mushroom tart. It was tasty. Yum yum. It's whatever
We
sort
can
of
tell Emily is not
hospitality.
down for mushroom tarts.
Whatever
Beatrice,
sort of
Emily is not
hospitality
Awful.
Elian offers to Olwen, and she graciously accepts it with a smile. And then Morgan is sitting on a bench.
Yeah.
Okay, Olwen will sit on the ground next to her, just kind of spread out her dress and kind of like be at eye level with her. He's like sitting on her knees, twirl the flower. So, my name is Lady Olwen. What was your name?
Thank you, Lady Olwen, for this. For the food. My captor, I couldn't help but overhear the word sacrifice.
Your captor has strange ideas of the sort of leader that I'll be here. And, well, I suppose she feels that I was able to do something once before that makes it easier for me to do it again. I will be completely honest with you. Not to scare you, but more because I don't think that lying will be wise for the situation that you're in. I did hurt someone a while back, and she thought that was very fun. I think she wants me to do it again, but I don't want to. The revenge I sought didn't feel good when I got it, and it came back to haunt me. And it's still haunting me in some ways. I think she wants me to stain my soul leaving Ryder. But I don't have any intention of doing so. And then she'll hand the flower to her.
She'll take the flower, looks at it. She just kind of begins to eye it. What was it? What kind of flower?
Camilla, maybe? Something bright and colorful. Something that would like pop in her dark hair.
Yeah, she says, "Thank you. My mother, sisters have always liked flowers, but they always seem so useless to me."
Well, some of them have uses. I'm not really that well educated in them, but Beatrice helps, and she'll indicate Beatrice, helps out in apothecaries pretty often. If you ever wanted to know what sort of things were less useless.
There are so many
Sometimes,
views.
sometimes just looking nice and smelling pretty does a good job.
I don't know about that, but
Well, I mean, it's a good distraction. Apparently, people use a stroll in the gardens as an excuse to leave a party and have a conversation they've been meaning to have. If the gardens didn't exist, neither would their excuse. Everything has a use.
You're a witch, right?
Me?
No, she says that
Oh.
looking at Beatrice.
Oh, me? God, no. I would never.
She
Teacher sits back because
Yeah,
I haven't
I'm
offered this
kidding.
information, which means she spotted it, and that's a little more concerning.
Oh, someone ratted you
What
out.
makes you say that?
I think I can just tell. I don't know.
Are you
Am I what?
a witch?
No. I just see things sometimes.
Hmm. No, that makes
See.
a few of us.
See what kinds of things?
The future, sometimes.
Oh,
I hate to break it to you. Leu, I believe is the name you gave me. She emphasizes the word gave. Because, like, clearly not. I don't believe that it's your real name.
Awareness tests, everybody.
Let's go.
Leo.
I could be saying it wrong.
No, that's just Owen.
I'm just floundering trying to pronounce things. Success.
Oh boy, awareness.
So close.
It was so close. That was so mean. Oh.
I think Ellie and... Go ahead.
I was just
Yeah.
saying, I'm justifying the failure. I'm just like, she's staring at the camellia like, girl, put it in your hair. What are you doing?
Yeah. She just seems to be like kind of rolling it in her fingers, looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For Elian and Beatrice, who aren't sort of like made comment or focused on the flower, maybe is how we'll justify the 7 out of 6. You hear humming from nearby. Someone's approaching in a very sort of nonchalant way.
I stop talking and I hold up a hand to the little one.
Does it sound like a man or a woman?
A man.
And I take it we can probably hear their footsteps?
Not long after, yes. They seem to be coming kind of towards the courtyard in a very nonchalant kind of way.
Do they sound heavier or like...
No. It would be hard to tell in general, but not particular. Nope.
Yeah.
we have another guest arriving, Owen. I think Leu would like to be a little more secretive, so perhaps we should wait a moment.
We can. Right, changing the subject immediately back to Leu. That's an interesting name.
It is.
Gaulish?
No, it's Kimrick.
Oh, casting a wide net.
Yeah. the figure starts to approach at this point. You hear, is that Lady Olwyn? I see.
Oh no.
I've been looking
my
for
God.
you.
Oh no. Oh no. He's drunk. We saw him earlier. He's trashed. And I told him to come sober.
Did
Lady
you really
Olin.
expect an alcoholic to arrive at a festival?
I know, right?
Ah,
Lady Olin, I don't know if you remember the twins. I'm not. What's his name? So that I don't have to say the twins. 'Cause that feels rude. What is
Yeah.
it?
Do you remember?
Monitos? It's Monitos. I have it in my notes, but I have a cat laying on my arm and I can't touch my computer.
Minotos, yeah.
Minotos. This is Sir Minotos. I met him in Axbridge. I had mentioned that we needed knights if he was sober, and I look at him.
Morgan,
Oh.
the girl gets up and she starts to move quickly towards the water in the fountain, or I guess it wouldn't be a fountain, but it is a courtyard, so maybe there's some kind of little pond. It seems like.
Yeah, like a little fountain of some sort kind of vibe. Like, oh, be careful.
Elian, do you want to shadow the girl, please?
That was Elian's first instinct, and she'll just she was already kind of heading like she was going to do that, and then she nods like, oh, thank goodness they told me to do it.
I'm so bad. It's always like, hey, Nicole, can you leave the scene to go babysit?
I'm so sorry.
No, Elian is already
it makes sense.
take care of
No,
things.
I know. I know. Owen will clear her throat, rise, wipe off her dress, the bits that were on the ground, and then as soon as she sees him, because I think she remembers the name, and then sees him, and he looks different than the last time they met, and she's just like,
Hello. Hello again. Common one.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
I think Owen has to stifle a laugh because I see you've met Beatrice, as you mentioned to me, and you found your way back.
I suppose I did, though. Nope, that sounds about right.
Did you happen to find the wine before it turned into sauce and ended up making yourself sauce?
Oh. Yeah, well, I brought some with me in the skin, and then
Really?
I refilled when I got here. But it's been a lovely festival. It's always very pretty out here in the middle
I
of
think
nowhere.
so too. Mhm. It's like an oasis, right? When you go vast quantities of time having nothing, and suddenly there's lovely little bit of paradise. At least that's how I felt.
I don't think Beatrice can take it anymore. I think she throws up her hands and she goes after Elian. I don't think she can take the conversation. The conversation started and it's just been going worse and worse, and she's just just walk.
Wow.
I've
Fine.
given up the life of a knight, but the common Beatrice, she mentioned you were in need of help here, and I do find myself unemployed. Perhaps,
How's the praise?
perhaps your halls are in need of service.
Oh, Lord. As a sort of, steward?
Yes, that would do fine. Steward. To be honest, I'm not terribly good with that sort of thing. An advisor might do better. Perhaps
I
a master
see.
of feasts.
Oh, you don't think I did a good job tonight?
It's
Says kind of
quite fine.
playfully. Oh, you think you could do better?
No, I'm sure this is the finest wine they have in all of
I wouldn't
Summerland.
know. I don't drink wine. So it might be nice to have someone who knows what they're doing. That sounded like more of a slight than I meant it.
I'm used to being slighted. It's not my concern.
I simply meant that I don't really care for the taste of wine unless it has so much honey and spice in it that I can scarce taste what makes it wine.
Perhaps you would prefer mead if you like the honey taste.
Possibly.
The Saxons are known to bring it over, though I don't recommend their company.
Oh, they're as hospitable to Summerland as they are to Salisbury. Probably not.
Well, if you call the Knight of Long Knives hospitable, I would agree, yes.
Well, do you have a list of qualifications other than... And she kind of pretends to throw her mind back in remembrance. Besides dancing, I believe that that's the only thing that I know you for.
Well, he pauses. I'm often watchful. Very few things happen without my awareness. And there's something that like happens right beside him as he's saying that, and he just has no awareness that it's occurring as he's saying it. It's like
Oh, my
something
poor
where
child.
like Morgan walks by and look like her hood falls and she puts it back on.
I see. Well, this is something that I'm certainly willing to, think about. But I do believe that my assistant did require you to be sober during the interview. So perhaps we can reschedule it for another time.
Oof.
It's not a no.
Perhaps tomorrow, not long after I wake. How does noon work for you?
I'll have some food prepared, and we can speak over that. Something tells me you're going to need a great deal of grease.
This is a nice courtyard. Such a small manor. It's very nice.
Indeed. Colorful. Makes it pop. I suppose. You know what? And she'll lead him back over to the bench where Morgan was sitting.
Yeah.
If you sit here and just look out, it's quite lovely. Shall I go fetch you some water and then you can enjoy it properly?
I'm just finishing this glass here. Thank you.
Is that water or is it wine in
It
his
is
glass?
definitely not water. It's definitely not water.
Oh, what kind of wine? You could see like the wheels turning in her head. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna suck so bad for me." She's like, "What sort is that?"
What they were pouring at your...
Oh, something from the kitchens. Could I try it? I should probably do a quality check.
He looks confused. He's like, I guess if that you should really do that before you host something. I would recommend, just so that...
She's just gonna hold it and be like, Medodos, you want to be someone who is watchful. You want to be someone who is good at their job. I have a feeling you want to prove yourself about something. You weren't like this the last time you were here.
The last time I was here, I had a purpose. We never did find the boy.
Well, you can find a different purpose. If I had to tell you all the times that I've failed, it would be quite long a list indeed. And perhaps it's my lack of taste for the stuff, she says as she looks at the glass. But I've never felt the need to drown myself. I noticed a very clever gleam in your eyes when we danced. When you last were here. It wasn't that long, but I could tell there was intelligence and craftiness. I feel like if you had a clearer head, you'd have all sorts of interesting ideas. And you could implement them better too. I'd like to see what you're truly capable of.
Rising to the occasion gets people killed. I think it's better this way.
Uh-huh. She drinks all of the wine.
He's gonna like reach out and try to stop you when he realizes that he's losing before.
Oh god.
He just looks like he's just parted ways with his old friend. It's been or something's been stolen from him.
And she's gonna like squint her eyes and kind of like God. Ghastly. Put a hand on his shoulder. I understand. And maybe you will too.
We're gonna cut over to the others. Just spend a minute.
Yeah. A minute.
Elian, we'll give Elian like a minute, and then we'll bring in enters Beatrice not long after. But we'll give Elian a minute with Morgan at first. She's standing over by the pond. I imagine it's like
A little
one of
duck
those
pond.
small ponds with some fish inside, like for the scenic vibe. Probably no flowing water because I imagine that's way later. Yeah.
So she's just watching the water?
Yeah.
Is she standing or sitting?
She's standing now.
Elaine's just gonna join her and stare at the water too.
Okay.
And then look back at her, and look back at the water, and look back at her. And she's trying to think of a question to ask. Like, do you like to watch fish?
Not particularly, no.
May I ask what suddenly became so interesting about the pond?
I just don't like strangers. With that, Elian, you can do another intrigue test. And
It's not gonna go well.
yeah. We'll say like Beatrice is entering not long after that. I think that makes sense. So don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Beatrice did not stick around very long for Minodos.
Oh, she did not. She
No.
heard like the beginning of that conversation. I was like, I can't do this.
Ugh, Owen's being wistful.
Well, it wasn't just Owen. It was like him being like, no, I want to be like, he's like, no, I've been drinking. Like,
Yeah, what if you paid me to
what
get
if I
drunk?
was in charge of drinking?
Come on.
And then
Yeah.
Owen being like, yeah, this place is an oasis. And Beatrice was like, I can't do this anymore. She's just like, I can't be here for this.
That was a hard fail.
Oh.
Hard fail, but it's no different than
Not a crit. It's not a crit. It didn't crit fail, but it's a hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you just, why would she be lying? It makes sense. It's like, don't like strangers. Yeah, that checks out. She seems a type.
Yeah,
That slides her a little bit of
fair
truth.
to Alien.
Yeah. Beatrice, you enter.
I take it you didn't want to meet the guest.
No. Not really. Who is he? She says.
An old knight. Not really a knight anymore. Now he's kind of a drunk. I did
She
ask
raises a
him to
brow
come
and
here
nods.
sober.
Drunk. Well, guess these times are hard for everybody.
You said that you see things.
Some things.
Well,
You may correct me, Beatrice, but I was under the impression that was something that witches do.
precisely my point. Unfortunately, my friend, it seems you're more like me than anyone else.
She looks nervous, but it's something I think she's come to consider. She just doesn't necessarily want it to be true.
Now, just because you can do things doesn't mean you have to. There's always an option. I could find someone to teach you, house you if you don't want to go back to where you were. Or if you would rather, I'm sure we could figure out how to get you home.
You said there
And
was.
you don't have to do anything.
You said there was an apothecary?
Yeah, she kind of trained me. And now dumps most of her trainees on me anyway.
Is she cruel?
To be
It's a
fair,
long
if you're
pause.
under her, to be fair, if you're under her, there's a very she's very erratic. I mean, she's kind, but she's a little erratic. And to be fair, if you become her acolyte, you'll end up with me in any case.
Can you not have your own acolyte, Beatrice?
No, I don't. I just inherit everybody else's.
I'm not sure I should stay or for how long. But I'd
Why
like
is
to learn.
that?
My mother is probably worried sick.
Would you like to send a message?
I thought about that. I'm not sure that would help me or help you.
Your mother would come to get you, I suppose.
Or someone in her stead, possibly.
Who is your mother to command that?
Give me a... I think she's trying to get a sense whether she needs to keep a guard up. So I think we're going to test your honest versus her trusting.
My honest versus her trusting. Why am I so honest?
How about
I am the biggest liar.
No, you're blunt.
What was that?
You're blunt
Nicole?
as shit.
Should Allie also roll honesty? Or is
Yeah,
it just very clear that she's just like...
I think you're both like pretty blunt and honest characters, if I remember correctly. So yeah, maybe do so. I think passes just mean that you're at least coming off. Yeah, you're both coming off particularly honest. So
Yeah, honest is one of the things she's famous for.
sorry, well, test is against her suspicion. That makes more sense than honest, right? Because you're trying to overcome her suspicion. You both get a higher roll than she does.
Allie is just honestly worried for her because she's a little girl, essentially.
Yeah.
And she's like, but she's not like a knight in training. She's very fragile. I don't know what to do with her.
She picks up a stone that's decorated around the pond, and she throws it in. It makes like a splashing noise. That's probably what went off when Meliodas said that he was very aware.
Minodos.
Minodos. What did I say? Meliodas? Yeah, wrong guy. Minodos. Too many of those.
Could you? How could you?
So after the rock splash in the water, she just says, "My mother is a grain, the Dowager Queen."
Beatrice is aware that Gerlo had daughters.
Yep.
Does she know that this child is too old to be Uther's?
From Uther and Igraine, you mean?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. I was just
Yeah.
like, is there any doubt? Do I not know who the father is?
480, 492, 496, 4 years.
4 years, and the child, she's a tween. She's like 12. Okay. You're Gerlo's daughter.
She just looks you dead in the eye. You knew him? Elian, recognize plus 10. Because this will be plot for Elian now, who has a bit of a gap between Aurelius and Uther currently. Okay. Gorlo was one of the war heroes during Aurelius's march back into the island. He became the Duke of Cornwall, last you knew. He was fast.
Incidentally, I would have still succeeded without the plus 10.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. That's good to know. And because it's normally a 5 or less, you can tick it, by the way. I forget what you said in reply. She said you knew him. What did you say in turn, Emily?
She didn't finish. Beatrice didn't finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I met him. I helped him. I gave him something that I hoped he would use to protect himself, but I knew that that was probably a long shot, given he had all of you.
The amulet. It's yours?
Yes. Did you have it?
I did. I was under the protection of Uther. But my sister was wed to Lot. And I saw something when I met him. I don't trust him.
What did you see?
Blood. Death. Fires. War.
You sent it with her.
I
It
did.
hasn't been used yet.
I hope not.
Pretty sure you would know. I am sorry about your father. He's one of the few people I liked in a rather short time. Which one are you? Which one of his children?
Morgan. I'm his youngest.
You're the little one. Well, then I guess I still owe your father. You want to learn, I'll teach you. If you'd like to hide here, I'll hide you.
Beatrice, do you want your own acolyte?
Do you say that out loud?
No, this is Nicole out of character.
I think that would be
It's
hilarious.
Nicole taking the shit out of me because I never take accolades.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny.
But like you can see that on Elian's face. There's a moment where she's like, Beatrice is gonna get an acolyte. And then she's back to thinking about Gorla because he was like a hero in her time. And she's just probably going to say that part out loud. She's like, I never had the honor of meeting him, but in my time, he was known as a great hero.
He was a great man.
He was. He didn't deserve what was done to him.
Does Alligan know what was done to him? I don't think it comes up in general conversation.
No. No, you absolutely would not. And at that, you can see there's an anger in her eyes, and she picks up a bigger rock, and she throws it in the water. Olwen, give me an awareness test.
You really should be more aware, darling. Oh.
Why was that the reaction? Don't pour it on the ground. Let's just chug it and see how that goes.
I don't, because it's funny.
Are you drinking?
She drank the entire thing of wine.
Yeah, I don't think
It
it's
was
hit quite
just
yet.
a glass.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think it's
a
hit quite.
crazy person.
Yeah.
It will
Also,
hit.
that's a success, baby.
I'm just laughing at the train of thought. Don't dump it.
You hear a
Just
splash. You hear a splash of water land not too far away, and this time, Minoto's head turns, and he's like, "What was that?" It's like there's a curious look versus a suspicious look, and he looks like he's going to, in a drunken state, wander over in that direction.
I don't think Owen has any reason to stop him. So, yeah, she's like, oh, sounds like the water. Would you like to get a closer look?
Dump him in the water, sober him up.
Hey.
I mean, she might playfully slash him, maybe. We'll see.
With that, we'll give that a second. We're gonna go back to Beatrice and Elian for like one or two more lines, and then we'll have that interruption occur.
Yeah.
What do you want, Morgan?
I need to get her picture back in my head and not the drunk. There we go. His answer is much easier.
His answer's so easy.
I'd like to learn.
Above all else, you want to learn.
I just don't. I don't want my mother to be worried about me, thinking that I'm dead or worse.
I am going to deliver a message soon. And Hyledd is here. He's quite skilled at delivering messages. You can be assured that both of us would treat this with the most clandestine manner.
All right, and because of past, were both intrigue rolls done?
Oh, Allianz was shit.
Yeah.
I passed.
Passed, okay. I think then Beatrice, you get the impression that she's not so certain about her mother's response or willingness when she finds. So it's like torn between, if mother finds out I'm here, I'm not going to be able to stay here. If I don't tell mother, she thinks I'm in this terrible state and doesn't rest until I return. And those are the things that seem to be on her mind.
You could always tell her you're learning from the Lady Olwen. Or that you're ill and it will take some time for you to recover. Something to buy you time. So I would recommend a long time to learn, because I am still learning. And it has been years.
I wouldn't mind that. And with that, we'll say we don't even have to test awareness. I think Minodos is like
Just lumbering
stumbles on a
giant
rock,
man.
almost falls over.
Do we have like a +10 just because he's so obnoxious?
Yeah.
And drunk. Yeah.
In this state, he's in the Book of Feasts. There's like a fully drunk one that gives you a -10 to everything. I think he's in that state right now.
So we get like +10 to recognize, to like notice him.
Awareness, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're quick to notice that, Elian. As in enters Minodos, and just behind or with Minodos, maybe is Olwen.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna let him wander alone.
Elian's gonna try and use her body to give some cover to Morgan. She doesn't know why she's uncomfortable with him, but she said she's uncomfortable with strangers, so she's just gonna be protective, because that seems to be her main reason for everything.
Minodos.
And Owen.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. A pond. That explains that.
Yes.
Did I know you were here? I think so.
Yeah, Minodos, you're really killing that first introduction.
Sir Knight, he says to Elian.
Elian nods back, but is thoroughly unimpressed by this drunkard.
I should probably go have a nap.
Yeah, that might be best.
I think a swim might suit you better.
I was gonna say, I did Sir Anders collect his wineskin from the bottom of the pond?
You're so mean.
I recall that he dropped it, but I
Owen.
don't know if he...
Lady Owen.
What?
He's very drunk.
Uh-huh.
And putting him in the water
Uh-huh.
whilst very drunk
I
He's
would
not
never
very drunk.
could both sober him up and result in him drowning.
I wasn't going to suggest that he go in and look for it. I was merely asking if
I
it had been
deadpan Owen.
retrieved.
We know each other at this point.
'Tis very shallow, and he
Elian?
does not look particularly large.
Don't encourage her.
Give me an intrigue roll, Owen.
Beatrice is like, oh god, she's got Elliot on her side now. I'm outnumbered.
It's a 4, baby.
There's a bit of a hic. Leave it to me, Lady Olwen.
Oh no.
Where there is wine, I shall find it.
And then she'll just hold onto his arm and be like, I'd suggest just a quick glance in and then
Right.
out.
And
Not fully submerging yourself.
Roll.
Oh, it's -10.
Oh god. Elian, get your
This
arm
man's
off.
gonna drown. He's gonna manage to drown in like 2
Yeah,
inches of
he doesn't
water.
even get into the water before he's pitching face first into it. Just trips on one of the rocks, like stumbles.
Yeah, he's
and
gonna drown in like
And
6
he's
inches of
just
water.
face first though, like he's not fully submerged, right?
We established that it's got to be deep enough.
It has
for
fish in it.
Fish, but
Mhm.
probably would go up to one's like hips, maybe like an adult. Like
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
submerged,
Not like
but not
koi
very
pound.
deep.
yeah, exactly.
Like koi pond, yeah.
Mhm.
Like all you'd have to do is exactly. All you'd have to do is
You can
stand
reach
up.
down and grab him.
Yeah.
Elliot's just gonna grab him by the cuff,
Okay.
like the collar of his shirt, and just yank him back up.
Oh, what's it in there?
He comes up and he's like, I think I found it. As you pull him up, and he's got a rock in his hand, and he just looks at it. And he's like,
Oh.
God.
Well, while you were down there, Beatrice said that Anders had found it, so it's not down there anymore. But I thoroughly appreciate your enthusiasm.
Morgan's just watching this, and then she laughs.
Does his head seem a little bit clearer from having splashed himself with water?
Yeah, well, like slightly. Yeah, like
There we go.
slightly.
It was practical mischief.
Lady Owen.
Hello.
Who's this young one? Your sister? Or... You're not married, are you? This is not your child?
Hardly. Could be sisters. Who knows? Was delivered by my mother.
This is my
You?
apprentice. Another
Oh.
common born, as it will.
Hmm. Her name's Liu.
Hello. Nice to meet you, little one.
Mhm.
She folds her arms over her chest and just like stares at him. And then with that, he gets up and he's like, well, and seeing as there's no wine here, I should be on my way back to the festivities.
I
Noon
would recommend to
tomorrow.
bed.
Yep. He goes to get up out of the water and starts to walk back towards, like, out of the courtyard.
I'll be seeing you tomorrow then.
Mm.
Bright and early, like you promised.
Yep. I'll be there, Lady Owen.
Splendid.
No. A little bit early, just after I wake up. Noon.
God, who let her be in charge?
Morgan just says, oops. I did -8 on that one. I had wondered what happened there. The feast.
Yes.
St. Albans.
No one would tell me about it. And I knew Uther was... knew the king was dead. Everyone talked about that.
Everyone at the feast was dead. Including Our Lady, the one before Owen.
Her death is the reason that I'm in charge here now.
Plus a
Trying my
couple of
best.
key moments, but you know.
We lost a
Heck
few
yeah.
in Albans. Well, indeed, yes. As you said earlier, she doesn't need to... Well, I don't know.
They were poisoned. Everyone at St.
Okay.
Albans. Including Minodos' brother, which is why Minodos is himself right now.
Oh, no. And then, like, Owen will, like, cover her mouth.
Owen
It's great that Owen didn't even
No!
yeah,
No!
it's great that she didn't pick up on
Owen
it.
wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Owen wouldn't have been like as weird.
Classical. Yeah.
It's weird.
Almost goofy.
That's kind of almost mean.
Oh,
I mean, it's like,
Dallas.
that is sad, but that's more reason to get him undrunk.
Oh, I fully understand what he's going through now. I thought it was just
He needs to be woken up.
true, but I would have gone about it in a more kind way had I known that it was something like that, as opposed to just. Oh no. Well, there's always tomorrow.
So,
She just kind of has like dark eyes to the whole thing, and she says, "He's one of Uther's thugs. Probably best to let the wine take him."
I had wondered where your opinions lied, given everything.
It sounds you do not care for your protector. I can't say I blame you. He doesn't seem to be very popular in these parts.
He's not.
Fit right in here if you want to stay with that opinion of Uther. But I might be naive, but I like to think that people can change. And they're not bound by who they used to be. Maybe if he finds a purpose somewhere else to help deal with the grief, he can be happy in that life and leave the previous one behind. Sometimes it's about finding your passions and following your art rather than your leader or whatnot.
I suppose the real question is, Morgan, is what is your purpose? You clearly have one.
I don't know, but I'd like to learn.
For now, learning is your purpose, I suppose.
Indeed.
It's going to be frustrating, sometimes boring, mostly frustrating. It's a horrible lack of information.
Now that depends on the person doing the training, doesn't it, Beatrice?
I'm not sure it'll change all that much.
I suppose that's fair. But if you wish, you're welcome to stay as long as you'd like. You didn't ask to be here, but I'll keep you safe as best I can.
I am. I'd like to learn in the apothecary.
Of course.
We can.
Guess you've got your first acolyte then, Beatrice.
We'll start once you've rested and eaten. You were kidnapped by the worst people I can think of, so
Hold on.
you survived that.
Look, you don't know that she was kidnapped by them.
She stated as
Could have been
She was
ransomed.
100% kidnapped by them. They
All
handed
right.
her to us in a bag.
Yeah. That's.
Are you
I mean-
thinking they found her in a bag and then they gave her to
No!
us?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that maybe there was another thing involved. I'm not saying that it. Look, maybe Liu, were you kidnapped by them?
That thing? Yes.
Oh, well then. See? Alright. Now that
Lady
you know for
Owen,
certain, it's fine. It's not
Lady-
fine that it happened.
They have no honor, Owen.
Lady Owen, you don't need to make excuses just because she is your biological mother.
I don't care about and I don't need to. Just mean that it's not good to assume. Just.
She told us. Also, that's rather their
Well, I wasn't there, was
method. No, but we told you that she told us.
Maybe I didn't hear that part. Anyway.
So, Liu, our dear friend, is going to be under my protection for now. That means no one says her name, her real name.
Wait. Liu's not a real name.
Not
And then she'll give the girl a wink.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you not figure it out?
Yeah, she figured it out when Beatrice said, "That's the name you gave me." So. Yeah,
no one say that she's here.
Of course. Would you like us to continue to refer to you as Liu? Or would you prefer a name that you think suits you better rather than just something you pulled out of the air?
Maybe that's best for now. Rather not
Right.
complicated.
I just wanted to know for sure before I said, I'm so excited to have Lilu and Liu. Lilo and Leo. That's going to be so exciting for you, Beatrice.
She's not Lilo's acolyte, thank God.
No, but it's going to be so fun in that little cottage when you shout one name and they think you're talking to the other one.
Please don't make me regret every decision I've ever made.
That's my job, darling.
So. Alright. So you have protection here. I would honestly recommend you live in the manor house. The apothecary is a little bit of a mess.
Would you like that, Liu?
She's still got a little bit of suspicion to her. Let's see. She failed suspicious, so is he going to be staying there?
Minotos? No.
In the manor? No.
Okay. Then yes.
We can keep you hidden. I haven't been hidden as a servant, I just am a servant. But we can hide you well enough as a servant, people tend not to notice.
And then I could teach you all of the servants' entrances and exits.
People tend not to. But he's known.
That's the best part.
Minotos, he's known for his faces and recalling who they are and their histories. That's why Uther used them.
Well, perhaps his drunkenness would be a boon, after all.
Owen smiles. Darling, do you remember when you said you didn't think flowers had purposes? You crush some of them up. You can make little colors. if you dab them heavily enough on your face, you might be able to obscure certain of your features.
She looks uncertain.
She assuming that the camellia is just kind of dropped somewhere in favor of throwing rocks, she'll pick it up and just put it behind her ear. If she lets her. She hesitates for a bit, when she gets close. And give a look for consent, and if given the go-ahead, we'll pin it behind her ear and be like, it's all about presentation.
She seems doubtful, but she nods.
Elian shrugs. She doesn't understand this flower thing.
Yeah. I don't think
cosmetics are not her thing. She was raised as a man,
I know.
essentially. So, but she goes, he should be easy enough to avoid.
I think it's great too that, so are we still in the point where Owen doesn't know who this is, really? Or
Yeah, I don't think Owen was told, to be honest.
Owen wasn't there.
She just knows that it is a person that doesn't want to be known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a highborn. She recognizes
and Owen
that
gets that.
trained.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gets it. She doesn't need to know
I think
who
the only ones who know entirely are Elian and Beatrice.
Although, when she looks at Elian, she goes, "Oh, it could go the complete opposite way." What?
That.
Elian's completely lost.
I'm just saying.
All right, I'm taking the acolyte away from all of you, and we're going inside.
Just
I'm
saying.
going to usher. I'm ushering the child inside, away from the beauty advice.
Elian's following along because she doesn't know what's happening either. She's like, okay, we're going over here now.
On the way past, you wander by the bench that you were seated at before, and Minotos is passed out on it, face first. An arm dangled over. Yeah.
I'm gonna lean forward as we pass. I'm gonna lean forward to Morgan and just be like, "I think you're fine," and I'm going to keep ushering in.
I think Owen will sigh and just let them know, I'll catch up to you. And she'll just run back to the party and find someone to take care of Minotos.
No, I was trying to think if Morgan would share that, but I don't think she would. All right, I think we can skip past that scene now. Yeah. And I don't want to keep us too much longer, but I do want to make sure we knock out the rest of this year because I think it's time to move to 497 alongside the other games.
497.
So, what else did we have on the go for this year's agenda? There's probably a few little
wanted
things.
to go see her mother. It was a boggled attempt the first time.
Yeah.
But she does want to try and go to her mother.
Branwen conversation.
And on the fun stuff?
Yeah. And she was probably going to go visit Gwydion's grave when they were in Wells.
Are you taking your acolyte with you to Wells?
Well, why not? I have an acolyte now. Let's go.
Okay. And so it'll be Ellie and Beatrice and Olwen at Wells for that scene.
I would probably take another night with us just because of the roads.
Hey, it could be.
Grifflet is not good. Grifflet is not a good knight.
Also, he's an esquire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not even an. Yeah.
Yeah, he was not knighted. Doesn't mean he
I'd
washed
say-
can't be,
out.
but he kind of missed that mark of turning age 21 and having anyone recognize him as ready.
Oh no.
I'd say
How?
I'd say Cadogan or Dogged because the other guy drives me nuts. Or drives Beatrice nuts. So like, she doesn't
What do
want
you
to be
mean,
around him.
Brockville?
Rockville.
Yeah, you
He's,
know, I think
uh,
I'll be okay without him being there.
Yeah.
Arguably, you know
He
what?
is
No.
a strange
The only one
man.
who knows Beatrice's background is Cadogan. I think for the sake of not just being like, also Beatrice is a witch to Dogged.
I mean, Branwyn knows, but
Branwyn knows, but we don't
we
even know if
haven't had
Branwyn
that
will go with us.
conversation.
Because, yeah, I was going to say, if you
Yeah.
have the conversation prior, we can try and figure that out, but...
Yeah. It's up to Bob.
We could always do rollies to find out who does what first.
Could you rollies? I'm down with
No,
that.
well, because the whole journey is we'll go to. Wait, sorry, what were we rolling against? The Brandon scene versus what?
Branwyn's
Wells?
team versus
Versus going to
if we talk to
Wells.
Branwyn first, so if Olwen has the conversation with Branwyn first, and Branwyn agrees to be one of Olwen's knights, then Branwyn will be coming with us. If we go to Beatrice's mother first before Olwen talks to Branwyn, we're taking Cadogan because he's the only other person that knows the extent to which, yeah, that I'm a witch, basically.
Okay, yeah, I support rollies. Let's do it.
Rollies,
Alright.
okay, high
Rollies.
wins or low wins?
High wins.
High wins. Okay, we're rolling d20.
Yeah.
Sure.
Go for it.
Well.
It's Cadwing. Oh my god, that was amazing. That was beautiful.
My pain.
A beautiful roll.
My...
Yeah, and I know just this is for the audience too, but it's also when we brought Nicole in as Elian was a NPC guest. Nicole's since joined the show, so there will be more plot around Elian. It just hasn't surfaced as much yet. So if you're sensing a bit more background in Beatrice and Olwen, one, they're from Summerland, so it's a little easier to access that. Two, there's probably some stuff that Nicole and I are ironing out in the background over the next month or so that we can present
She
more.
also had the whole
background.
thing with Emmerich, so that was.
Yeah,
She had the whole thing with Emmerich. So
Realm
that
of
was,
Rivalry was good for that. I do have some
Yeah,
questions
good
about
for
you
Realm.
around whether or not you returned to Ninteliad with whether you dragged him back to Ninteliad or if you allowed him to
Oh,
stay.
she did by the ear.
Okay.
She
Whole
probably would have.
time.
She probably would have talked
Probably.
to Malir though to be like, you need to tell him to at least come claim this. So if nothing else, you have a place to run and hide because this is pretty out
Oh,
there.
okay. I like
It's the
that.
boonies.
Yeah.
And that's also a good way to convince him that, he can. It's another way he can support his lady, who he's platonically in love with, which is weird for her because he's not. When she left, that was not at all what he was like.
Sounds like I'm gonna have another NPC to populate the Friday court, so that's good.
Oh goodness. Good for them. Good for them.
All right, let's do the well scene.
Well,
We make it to Wells.
We should do one of those first.
Oh Lord.
Let's start with
Mhm.
do any of you have hunting at a high level?
No.
I have it fairly well. Hang on.
I can flirt with the bird. No, even that's not high.
I have it
Jesus.
too.
My hunting is only 10.
That's not bad.
It's
not bad at all. 50-50, it's a coin flip. Why don't
My hunting is a 1.
why don't all three of you make a hunting roll? We'll do it that
Oh
way.
no.
Lord.
And Cadwigan.
Where's that
please.
one? Where's that one when I need it?
Can I impassion this?
Bullshit.
Yes.
Because it's over in a duration of time, no. Otherwise it would
Probably
be
not. Yeah.
Ooh,
killing it.
can
Ooh,
Cadwigan also roll, please? 'Cause I have a feeling
can.
his is higher than.
Thank
oh God.
the Lord.
Oh God.
I don't
Cadwigan,
remember whether he
please
was
save
high
us.
in it. I know that there was that initial scene, but I can't remember if that was because he stalked someone and killed them, or if he actually hunted someone down. Let's see.
He was pretty good with hunting because you had to have decent hunting in order to find the eggs.
He found us.
Yeah, remember though, he didn't. I don't think he found anyone. I think he followed someone.
He got like up. Well, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes.
I don't know.
Rolls,
Please
but...
count again. I fumbled.
Let's
Everybody
see.
else
I'm gonna see if
failed. This is just a fucking. It's a wreck. Sorry.
Beatrice is like, clearly that's the way we need to go. It's like, isn't that
pointing
a
the opposite
cliffside?
direction of her home.
Yeah.
Of her hometown. She subconsciously, so badly, it doesn't want to be there.
I think I might have found it. Let's find it.
Meanwhile, Elian's going, this looks different now.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good explanation for the fumble. It's like
she's like, because she's it's so close to a success that it's like it's vaguely familiar, but it's like not. It's like when you haven't been in an area for a long time, then you go back and you're like, nothing is where I remember it being. This road is now different.
I grew up in Santa Monica, so that's how I feel every time I go back. 'Cause every time I go back, it's like 2-3 years later. I'm just like, oh, that's still there. How is that still there? And then I'll go to another place and be like, wait, what? This is totally different.
I went to so I'm still in, it was the same county I'm in now, but I hadn't been in that area for like 10 years. And I went there, and I was like, nothing here is the same.
Oh, God. Oh, Cadwigan.
No, that was...
It was really just a 5?
No, it shouldn't have been. It was supposed to be 20 minus 5, not 20 minus 15. That was my bad. So he passes.
Okay.
He'll pass.
Okay.
I just panicked. I was like, Cadwigan, no.
I didn't tell you guys that, but the threshold was even lower for Elian anyways, because these roads are different. Everything's different a little bit. So if you succeed, but you don't succeed at the right number, you find your way according to the way things should be, but things aren't quite the way they should be. Nevertheless, I think Cadwigan's able to keep you on track the entire way down to Wells. And Wells we go.
Woo.
It just occurred to me that is her hometown. Essentially, that's her old stomping ground, so everything is especially weird for her.
What is your old stuff? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's originally from Wales.
No, this is Wells. W-E-L-L.
Wells.
Oh, Wells. I thought you were saying Wales.
Yeah.
No. I'm like, wait a minute, you're not from Summerland?
It's my stomping ground. I was like, are we from the same place?
No, she's from Wales. She's Welsh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. This is Wells.
From the Gales in these lands. All right, so this is kind of the path you take. You started out up here. Do you see that? Have I got you on the right map? So you start out here. Traveling probably the safest way possible. It's crossing through Axbridge. Then down past Welford. And
Oof, that is a hike.
on to Wales. Or on to Wells, rather. I need contested intrigue rolls between Olwen, Beatrice, and Elian.
Contested.
My favorite role.
And I will move us over to
I
the map.
said that out loud, and now it's going to be very angry with me. Oh. Ooh, look at Ellie.
Yeah. Nice.
Look at Ellie
Look at
go.
Look at those. Wait. Okay.
Oh.
For the first time in forever, like, actually, probably the first time in her life, she's like, I know exactly what's happening.
I got it.
I think it's more like in Beatrice might even suspect it a little bit, even though Olwen puts on a really good face for it. But I think for Elian, who's less in the know, I think you quickly recognize it as you pass Welford. A random manor to you, like it's not like you're here. entering Welford. Like you wouldn't even
Mhm.
know, but you notice that Olwen is pretty distraught as passing by it. Doing a good job at hiding it, but seems to be pretty broken up about something. I don't know if you care to.
Elian's not gonna poke that at all.
Yeah, no
And so
poking the
she'll
bear.
yeah, she's not gonna poke at that. She knows what it's like to have
Loss.
yeah, lost that little sore part in your heart. So she thinks, what is something that Olwen really likes? Flowers. So she sees some flowers she can pick. She's just gonna stop over there and be like, here, you like making flower crowns? I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. You can test.
Completely unaware that that has
Okay.
any romantic significance.
Test generous for me, because it's meant platonically, right? It doesn't stop you from being generous. It's just if you had succeeded or critted, there'd be a tick there. That's all. So you still.
So close.
I think what it is, you find something. It's. You know what it is? Maybe it's you struggle to find. So far on the trip, you struggle to find the right sort of thing to cheer her up. It's like you look all over and there's just like crappy, super common flowers. Do you pick one of those anyways, or do you wait? Maybe there's something better at a later time.
She's more worried about quickly distracting her. So just something, as long as they're not forget-me-nots.
Oh, and I should probably.
Why'd you have to put a caveat? Now you're gonna have to roll and see if it's okay.
Okay. To Wells we go.
Thank you.
You reach Wells. Is what's the plan as you ride into the town? Now this is an old town known for its water springs and known for being around it used to be called Wellspring. It's been around since the Romans first occupied Britain. Any particular goal other than going to the edge of town where you kind of have to ride through town to get to where Beatrice's mother's hut is? Kind of an isolated hut on the edge of town. Just the kind that witches like.
Beatrice doesn't have another plan other than that.
I'm emotional support.
All right. So, as you make your way in, I need awareness rolls.
Oh boy. Fail.
Success.
I have a success.
The door is slung open.
No.
There's no
I
sign of any
dismount.
horse or anything nearby. Looks otherwise kind of quiet.
I dismount. And I'll go to the door.
I think Cadwigan will walk up beside you with it.
Mhm.
Probably his dagger, like he probably carries his dagger behind his back, so he reaches for the small of his back a little bit. peers about.
He's a knight and he goes for a dagger. Okay.
Either
Look,
she's
he's very
left
good with his.
or she's dead. Might as well find out which one. And I shove the door open.
Yeah, so the door is kind of like
Alien
creaked
has
open.
also taken
Ajar, yeah.
Yeah, Owen dismounts and follows a few paces behind Cadwigan, probably with Elian behind her in case they get
ambushed.
Yeah.
You, I think for Elian and Beatrice, it makes sense that you succeed. It's not that Owen doesn't smell, it's that Owen's late to it, but you smell decay and rot as you approach.
Bullshit.
I go in.
Okay. You see in the corner of the room what looks like a body has a bit of a blanket strung over it. Hard to see, it's dark in here. There's no candles or lanterns lit.
If there's one near me, I'll light it.
Okay.
Owen will go up to Beatrice and put a hand on her shoulder.
She shakes it off.
I just mean, if you want me to check.
No, I'd like to see this.
All right.
So you head over.
Mm-hmm.
Give me. I know we've established that Beatrice is not strange to life and death at this point in the campaign, but I still think the fact that this is potentially your mother
Decaying. Yeah.
might be hard to hold on to. Why don't you give me a Valorous test, please?
I have to find it. I don't think she's ever wrote.
It's towards the bottom.
Valorous. Okay, I was like, I don't think I've ever had to do this. Success.
Yes.
Success for her traumatizing herself.
All right. I think you
Make him be
realize.
brave.
I think you realize that despite this, the risk of what seeing this might be like, the way it might feel, you have to confirm for yourself. And probably against your heart's beating, probably a mix of emotion around your mother.
Oh yeah, a whole mess.
Yeah.
Yep.
You managed to push forward. Give me a sight roll as you do.
Damn
Mm.
Okay. You're distracted. We know why.
it. Yeah. A little bit of a distracting situation.
Sorry, I'm just fixing something here real quick. Give me a sec.
Mm.
You move over to the body slowly, step by step. Long dark hair, evident. As you get closer, you realize from the smell, it gets down to downright awful. And you realize it's likely been in decay for some time. How do you approach this as you get within maybe a couple of feet?
I think she's trying to figure out how it happened. If there's like a visible way of how it happened.
Give me a recognize roll +4 and a first aid roll as well.
Oh no. Not the recognize roll. Oh, okay. Thanks, recognize. And then first aid. No plus to first aid, yeah.
No plus first aid, no. It won't matter too much, actually. I probably should have given you a plus to first aid. So we'll say I won't give you a
I have
tick on
healing
it, but
magic is one of my specialties.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps at all.
no, not for this sort of thing. Like I think it's practice and familiarity, but you're still gonna be aware. It's obvious. You turn the body over and you see several short, looks like stab wounds on the corpse. This isn't your mother. You've met this lady before. She was the one overseeing Nimue.
Ooh. Oh, Beatrice, I'm so sorry.
This isn't her.
Oh,
You remember the ladies of the lake?
I?
You remember where they're located?
I?
Cadogan, you remember, right? This is the woman who is in charge of looking after my sister. So I'm going to go and make sure my sister is where she's supposed to be. And if not, I'm going to burn my mother and everything that stands with her to the ground.
Probably shouldn't make me happy for you. But you know if you need me, I'm right behind you. I'll hand you the Kindle.
Bob, you're muted.
Zellian right now.
I think she's still standing outside the door, making sure no one's sneaking up on us.
Okay. You see Morgan staring through the doorway. If you don't stop her.
Preoccupied, not gonna stop her.
Yeah.
I don't think Elian's, well, she smells it. She probably knows there's something bad in there. But she's not sure she should stop Morgan or not. Does she have an idea of how, I don't know, innocent of Morgan is? Like, is she familiar with dead bodies?
She seems to be. I think you notice that her eyes go right to the corpse, and she seems oddly okay around it.
She'll address that possible trauma later.
We're dealing with one trauma. We'll address that one in a little
Miles
bit.
away.
Elian is like, this is just a whole host of trauma, guys.
Elian's
That's
like,
so weird.
I am not great with emotions, so
It's possible that this woman was sent for your mother. I mean, she's a bit of a pariah from the Ladies of the Lake, right?
I don't understand why they'd go and find her. They've already taken the children. She's useless to them.
She's... I don't know. Maybe it's connected to the whole parentage thing.
Morgan will enter.
Hey. You sure you want to be in here?
She looks up at Olwen a minute and nods. And she walks over to the center of the room. She starts to, like, pull out a floorboard.
You go towards her.
Give me another sight test. -5 because you failed the last one.
We're emotional. You said -5, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Let's do it. I love it. Hey, thanks,
Yeah, let's go.
You sense the work of magic coming from underneath the floor. It's a bit of a
I help
pulse.
her.
The board will come free. And you find kind of a dirt mound within. Looks like something was buried.
Mm-hmm.
I start digging. We're in a heightened emotional state. We're just gonna start doing things.
Yeah, just start.
Yeah.
Okay.
A rare glimpse that old Beatrice, where it was just all impulsive all the time.
That's fair.
If there's room for Olwen, she'll help too. If not,
just for fun, why don't we do some strength tests here?
oh boy,
Oof. Big oof.
oh god.
Where is my strength? Oof, this is
Yo!
gonna suck. Ooh,
Yo!
how are you stronger than me?
I don't know. Emotional lifting.
Morgan's gonna be like a 15 or something wild.
This is like that bit they're talking about in The Exorcist, where like people are capable of crazy feats of strength in times of emotional stress, like how a woman could pull off a car from a baby or something.
You managed to dig through. It looks like it's pretty well packed underneath. You reach what something kind of hard on the ground. I think we got the higher roll. Say Beatrice, you happen to get there first with your hand. You hit something. Maybe a rock. It feels a little bit too soft for a rock though.
Keep digging. And cover it. Oh, it's soft.
Definitely.
Oh god.
You can pull it free.
Edgar Allan Poe
I'll
shit.
start to pull it free if I can.
Olwen, Beatrice, Elian, first aid or surgery?
Ooh.
I'm not there.
Oh, you're not watching?
You can come in.
No, she's watching to make sure we're not in ambush. She's
Okay.
super paranoid right now because there's a dead body where your mother's supposed to be.
That's fair.
That's
Success.
valid.
Success
Fail.
on surgery.
She's listening, but she's not coming in.
It's hard to immediately recognize what this is, I think, because of the state of everything. It's covered in dirt. But I think for Olwen, having experience cutting folks open, not just
Ooh, God, that's
patching
disgusting.
wounds, you
Mhm.
find a human heart.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
You don't find. Sorry, Beatrice was the one who found it, but you
I'm
recognize
holding
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh.
that's somebody's heart.
I drop it.
Oh, Owen like goes to grab it before it hits like the ground.
Dex roll.
Is it beating? We're telltale hearting. Like,
Yeah,
out of
I mean
the-
the second he said Morgana goes for the floorboard, I was like, oh shit.
telltale heart.
Yeah. Success on Dex.
You catch the heart, and the way you catch it, you kind of reach down and stop it from the top. And as you do so, you both watch something fall free from the heart. A red gemstone that seemed to be buried inside of it.
I pick it up.
Night. Ooh.
Eileen's not there, so this is completely out of character, but your mom was weird.
Oh yeah, 110%.
Yeah.
Can I use sight on it also with the terror that is coursing through my veins at her just picking it up?
We're both just being impulsive. Like you drop the heart, it's like, oh no, catch it. Oh, what's this?
You've already passed sight, so you can tell that this is a source of some sort of magic, and that the two items seem to be bound to the sort of like one energy. So they've been purposefully put together. You can give me a necromancy roll if you have it.
Yep, I do. I've never used it, but ooh, it's low.
Fucking go.
What do my passions look like right now? Passions don't get really bad until 16, right? 16's like bad. If
Yeah.
you fail. First God. Damn it.
Hype. No.
Just barely not. Just barely not.
Oh, okay, well, flat roll. It said no. You have to do this by yourself. Horse God was like, I don't have a part of this.
I don't fuck with this shit.
Don't play any new shit. Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, Sag.
What's really bad is if I had gotten that horse God roll, I would have critted. No, that's a lie. I would have just missed it. I would have missed it by 1.
Well, then.
So it's fine.
I don't think you know the particular ritual, but with an 11 familiarity, I think you've heard of this sort of thing. It would be a vow of retribution. Something one would declare on an enemy much wider than one person, and likely would require a sacrifice, probably the one you're seeing here.
Hey, can I really quick go back to the body and look at those stab wounds?
Yep.
I take the heart and the gemstone from her when she does that.
Yeah. She'll probably just like absentmindedly hand them off, and then like, are they like cut in a way that has like removed her heart? Yeah.
The first one was a stab. The others were cutting.
Removing. Yeah. This is her heart.
She is an idiot.
Come on now. She's.
She's
I think.
she thinks you're...
Yeah, I think Olwen's about to say, like, you know, come on, like, something about, like, oh, she's your mom, you shouldn't. But then thinks about her own mom. Is like, no, fuck her. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
She's kind of like, Beatrice is losing her cool for the first time in a while, like full losing cool. Lot of pacing.
Mhm.
She's a grown woman, and she thinks that she can do this against all of them. All of them. She's an idiot.
Does she have
This?
anyone that she can call on? Does she even know that she could ask someone like you for help if you...
I wouldn't help her because it's moronic.
Right. But that's
She made a
exactly what I'm
choice.
saying. Yeah.
She never met anyone while I was here. She's been totally cut off.
Isolation will do strange things to you.
She cares about one child, and she always has. So what she's done, this, and she holds up the heart, is her trying to wage war.
Maybe she got tired of doing nothing.
She got tired of
I'm
being
not-
nothing.
Don't get me wrong, Beatrice. I'm not on her side or trying to defend her. Just trying to understand.
She's vowing to get revenge. She killed a lady of the lake to do it as a sacrifice. So the logical line of thinking is that she is trying to fight the entirety of the ladies of the lake for a child that no longer seems to really care about her.
Well,
Nimue been with them
question-
longer than her.
yes. The question now, though, do we go follow her? And if we do, are we on her side or are we warning the ladies?
I'm warning the ladies.
All right, then.
They've kept my sister safe, like it or not, they kept up their end of the bargain. They've been around a lot longer than her. She's mad because she did something that cost her us. It should have cost her both of us. I don't know whether or not she knew the price at the time, but it was the price. But instead, she's going to wage war.
Well, that's the case. We've got a long road ahead of us, and she's probably got quite a head start, judging by the smell.
Yeah, and that would also explain where all of the bodies are going. I don't like when I'm right. I don't.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm going to take this with me, I suppose. So I'm going to have to explain to the ladies somehow how this works.
Right. We should find something to keep it safe.
Yeah.
And Owen will go scavenge for like
Looking for a bag.
any sort of a jar or some
A
sort
nice
of like,
satchel.
yeah, you know, just
Yeah.
right in her closet.
Okay. Alien,
Or it's
give
like
me an
Cadwigan
awareness roll, and I'll give you a +5 this one.
Cadwigan and Morgan are just watching this, and I'm sure Elian's just hearing them random yelling. Like,
Okay. And let me just...
Success.
You see someone in the distance kind of moving this way. Seems like everyone kind of... This is really out of the way for anyone to travel. You see a figure walking this way.
She's already kind of on guard and has her hand on the hilt of her sword. But she's going to wait, and she's just prepared if they're going to come towards them in the hut.
Okay. You see as they get closer, they have like simple robes, white and brown, cloak over their head. You can see a bit of their blonde hair as they enter. As they get within a few feet, they lower their hoods so that you can see them. She looks like a more...
Oh. Fuck.
I guess common lady, like common born, you would guess, by her posture, by her like leathery skin and hands. Definitely someone who has seen industry, who has seen hands-on use of labor. But there's something otherworldly about her stare as she looks up to you. What business do you have with the necromancer?
I believe the better question is, what business do you have?
I don't answer to you.
Then neither do I.
Are you gonna stand like in protection between the two? Is this fun?
Yeah, because she doesn't know who this lady is. She's suspicious as fuck. She's super sus.
Do we hear any commotion at the door?
Awareness roll probably -5.
Great. Love that for
I
me.
would say it's not a commotion. They're just talking right now.
Okay, so should I wait until...
No. You wait until the commotion happens.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
So these would have been successes.
The only one I failed.
It would have been successes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. I'm sitting here with the heart in my hand.
Yep.
This is great. It's going so well.
I find like a nice little like pewter mug. Dirt in it.
You can tell that there's something about the way she responds to that. It tells you she's not used to having knights sort of return that kind of, like, she's not used to that kind of response.
I mean, Elaine has been in Faerie for a pretty long time. I don't think she's easy to intimidate, even with magic.
Yeah, that makes sense. She
I
says,
have to wish for a quarrel with you. Unspoken, but I will.
Yeah. We'll see. She isn't reckless. Let's just see if she fails reckless. Fails reckless. Okay. She looks irate and she says, I'm here for Hyledd. Stand aside. She must pay.
Hyledd? Elaine clearly has no idea who Hyledd is.
Yeah. She says Hyledd with an H. Yeah.
Oh, Hyledd. Haven't you told Ellie your mother's name?
Nope. I have not told you my mother's name at all. I don't think I told anyone.
No, Hyledd? Was that the name of the woman who lived here?
Who are you?
I serve her daughter in a way. To which at least I owe her a great favor.
She looks a little more relieved. You know Beatrice.
Yes.
Is she inside?
Yes, and from the sound of things, found something rather unexpected.
Please, I must go in.
She's still a bit worried, so she's gonna stop her and then look in and be like, can I have your name first? I wanna...
Awareness roll for both of you again, Owen and Beatrice.
Oh, sweet lord.
Whoa.
Guys, this looks so bad. There's a dead woman missing a heart,
Hey.
and I'm holding the heart.
Assuming I found.
Still
Okay.
-5.
Yeah. That's
Okay, cool. Success. Thank you. Jeez. Christ.
Great.
Ooh, Owen's
Great.
looking for that satchel.
Wonderful. I get
Shooting for the
distracted,
wall.
like, oh.
This one's not pretty
Owen
enough.
sounds
She
several, and
was-
she's laying out options.
Beatrice, you turn and you see like Alien looking in like she's trying to get your attention. And she seems to be talking to someone.
I wrap the heart in a cloak, my cloak, whatever I have, wrap it in something, set it in its hole, and then go to Alien.
You see Nineveh at the door.
Where's my sister?
I don't know yet. I haven't been
You
back.
don't know.
I haven't been back.
Who is she with?
She looks. Her eyes glance over to Olwyn and the body.
Nineveh, please.
Is that Syrian?
Yes. Please tell me she wasn't with her.
Your mother's many things. But she would not harm your sister.
You're saying that she'll nod and she'll turn. She's going to take the nearest thing to her, whatever that may be within reach, and she's going to chuck it as hard as she can across the room.
Fuck.
Yeah, Morgan.
I
like,
take
winces.
it Owen notices that.
Yeah. No, that was an
Then Owen
in-character
realizes that
response.
there's another person.
Oh, yeah. She's like, fuck. Beatrice, what? Oh.
Lady Morgan?
Owen will grab Morgan and put her behind her immediately. Like, name's Liu. And just give like a narrowing of the eyes.
It's Nineveh, it doesn't matter.
I don't care. I made a promise to her.
I don't understand. I've been gone a while. Owen, you didn't kidnap the lady, did you?
No.
It's a long story. The Unseelie had her, and now she's my acolyte.
I've been hearing rumors about Lady Olwen. She seems guarded.
Just-
My mother left us a gift. Sorry.
Yeah,
keep
no,
going.
Owen like lets go of Morgan, like puts up her hand, but doesn't like move. Like still stays. It's like a human shield between the two of them. Like gives like a. There certainly are rumors, I'm sure. People tend to notice certain resemblance. I'm nothing like her. I just want her safe. And I've promised to protect her.
Test. You can make an honest roll or a courtesy roll here.
Honest is lower, but I think that's what we're going with.
Okay.
Wow, that would have been crit if I courtesied. Oh well, I made my bed.
No, if it's courtesy, you would have got a roll 2 higher than your courtesy score.
What? No, my courtesy is 15.
No, that's what I'm saying. The dice rolls.
Oh,
in
right.
accordance to normal,
Yeah. No, I
That's
see.
how
I
the
see what
laws
you're
of
saying.
dice work. Yeah.
It took me
Yeah.
processing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. She looks to Morgan and says, "Is this true?" Morgan will nod. She says, "Your mother's been worried sick about you, Morgan." It was the reason I came here until...
Hold on. You left with Gwynedd, didn't you?
She nods. Her eyes go to the ground.
Did I see you in my dream?
She raises a brow.
Shake her head. Were you with her when it happened?
No. I'd left to London.
But you've been back since? To take care of her mother? Or at least be in contact with her?
I've been asleep for most of this time. I escorted her mother and the Queen away from Albans. I had left Gwynedd with an antidote to save herself. I don't know what went wrong. I'm sorry.
Why couldn't you have taken her with you?
She chose. She chose to respond to the king's address. A difficult thing to avoid. If we were a couple minutes faster, if she had stopped with the patient and come with me.
Patient.
She was tending to the wounded.
So she chose them over us?
I don't think she saw it that way. She questioned me on the way here. On the way there, rather. She seemed certain that you would do fine as her heir.
Anyway, it's not about this right now.
No, it's not.
I hand her the heart.
She looks at it and then she looks down. She studies it.
Owen will point to the body. It says,
Dark magic. I'm not skilled in this.
She's promising revenge. She's taken my sister. And she's promised revenge.
Knights! Squires! Prepare for battle!
Syrian had gone out to investigate when rumors of corpses had gone missing. The ladies were an escort, not of Syrian, but they had intention of traveling to your festivities. It looks like they were.
You really did invite everyone, didn't you, Owen?
Look, a bitch is desperate, alright?
She just says, I'm still trying to make sense of this. But I'm afraid there are very few of us left alive now.
What happened to you? Last I checked, there were many.
I saw signs of an ambush. Looked like many had sprung upon them on their journey north. Near the stones nearby, standing stones.
Here I thought she was an idiot, and it turns out she's actually very smart with her timing.
Well, never good to underestimate people.
I don't know what dark pacts your mother has made. She will die for this.
She will.
Right?
Don't forget, you all promised you would keep her safe. I get that my mother wouldn't harm her. But I think we all know that my mother is not the person to have her.
It won't be forgotten. It's been some time since I talked to Vivian.
Vivian's gone.
She is. But I know how to find
Still.
her.
You know how to find her.
How's that?
It's beyond the veil.
Maybe she can fix Padarn.
Yeah.
Nineveh,
Savage.
this is about to get very ugly. You want her dead. Frankly, I want her dead. I was afraid to find her dead here, and if anything, this has solidified that that was foolish of me. I would like to know everything about why she's like this. I was told I would get the story in time by the person laying dead behind me. So,
I think we have some journeying to do.
Indeed.
It's too late in the year to do so. So we'll have to wait for spring.
Well, what do you suggest we do in the meanwhile while she gets an even greater head start on us?
We can send out scouts. We can formulate plans.
get stronger.
Gather our allies.
I would like to speak to Padarn. That means going
Padarn
to
doesn't-
Savage.
Vivienne broke Padarn. He's in Savage. He doesn't remember himself. He's happy. I would rather not shatter that and send him right back to where he was miserable.
Even if it means your sister.
You know the answer to that. I'll do it if I have to.
We'll do it if you want.
I would suggest bringing Vivienne with us, because if she is on the other side of the veil, then that'll ease the blow.
Then it's settled. We'll visit her manor at the lake.
You will tell me everything when we journey. And know that I, at some point, once you are all back to strength, would like to speak to the ladies about broken promises.
She is not. Let's see here.
I want to talk to your manager.
I haven't threatened the ladies of the lake in a while, guys. Let's do that.
It's been a couple years.
It's been since she was 14. She was 14 or 15.
I'm an
yeah.
adult now.
I think that's the response, because the last time she would have saw you was for 2 years before Albans, I think. So 4 years ago.
Mhm.
I think she
That would've been-
smiles. at
I
that
would have been
threat.
18. So the first time I threatened her, I was like 15 or 16. It was the first time I met Nineveh. Was when I
Yeah, they left right
threatened the heck out of them.
right before the feast, because that was the last time we saw her before everything went down. Right before.
I didn't threaten the
disliced.
ladies the last time we saw her. I threatened them the
Right,
first time.
right,
we
but that would
met
have been the
Nineveh.
last time she
So
saw
she
you.
smiles your way at that threat.
Nimue.
And she says, You really have grown up.
I mean, I'm not threatening to burn you all to the ground. It's a growth.
The thought crossed my mind.
And to be fair, you did
I'll-
threaten it to me moments before she showed up. Remember I offered to give you tinder?
I'll burn her to the ground first, and then we can discuss how to care for my sister and whether or not it's in her best interest to go with people who cannot keep her safe.
All right. I think that's a good place to end for this
The
session.
silence is terrifying,
I was
Mom. I was
like,
like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
I was like, I can't clap back to that, so we're ending the episode, guys.
I don't think Nineveh is a lot of things.
Nineveh's weird.
But she's
I don't
not.
think
She's actually proud of 6. She's not very proud. She
Yeah.
doesn't take slights super personally. There's just there's just
it's
a
more
reality.
of a
to
like, oh,
things.
we've been here before.
Yeah.
We've been
Yeah.
threats and the insulting before.
I figure the way I tend to play it is high pride means you don't take well to personal slights, right? Because it takes someone going, well, that doesn't really concern me. They're gonna feel how they feel about it. That's a very modest kind of way to look at that sort of thing. So, and then if you have obviously we have super high vengeful, then you're gonna do something
real quick.
Now you've just made an enemy for life, like in Simpsons.
Oh no, Owen's like 12 pride.
Sounds like Beatrice is also proud.
Yeah. Turns out that Pagan has a high
Yep.
starting default 13 pride for Pagans.
I might still be at 13, I think. But
Okay, well, let's do some quick outros so everyone can go to sleep.
woo.
We're going to start with the yawning one. The yawning portal. Hey, Owen.
Good.
Rebecca.
Hey, I'm Rebecca. I played Owen and pretty good up. I got to be a little pranky and a little intriguey. And smart too. So it's a good up rolling.
Good up.
Good
Alright.
up.
Beatrice, aka Emily.
I'm Emily. I played Beatrice. This
I meant no
was a
slight.
little-
I'm just doing it backwards.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah.
That was a tad bit intense. Revenge arc, everybody. Here we go.
Yeah.
Do I become the supervillain? Who knows?
It's going to be, yeah.
Let's go.
All right,
Yeah.
and we'll go to Nicole next. Elian, I should have started the other way. Damn it, I messed up my order. I was doing reverse order. I messed up.
I'm Nicole. I have been Sir Elian. And she is very concerned about all of this and is hoping that her metal could fight magic in the mortal realm. She's not sure how that works.
I'm not sure any of us know how that works. And we'll find out very soon. But I've been Bob. I run this game. I run a parallel game on Fridays set in not too far away land, and one on Sundays set also in a counter or a nearby county. So we've made some good progress tonight. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll be back next Tuesday if you want to see more.
Woo.
And I gotta remember to post the stupid Summerland map. I forgot to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a nickel for every time a character wanted matricide, we'd have 2 nickels.
Yeah, it's true.
Not a lot,
Is-
but it's weird that we got 2.
But it
of them.
It's
happened
weird that we got
twice.
more than one.
Yeah.
It's weird they got 1 or 2. Yeah. That's right. All right, and this has been our stream. Thank you for watching. We're gonna jump to a raid because we got more than a few people here.
Yeah.
Feel free
Y'all
to come
got to
along
watch
for the
parental
Unseelie
trauma.
raid.
Let's go.
Unseelie raid.
Yeah,
There were
thanks
2
for-
parental trauma moments in this.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like that's like a lot of the story that we've told in Gathering of Branches right now.
Yep.
It kind
Ellen's
of
a
is.
little relieved that
generational
she's an
trauma.
orphan.
Generational trauma. It ends here.
Let's go.
Yeah, Ellen's a bit glad that both of her parents are
I'm
gone now.
about to murder mine, so.
All right, we raided. We raided.
All right, here we go. Take
Raid,
care, everyone.
raid. Let's go.